In today's video, we're going to be looking at 10 photos with disturbing backstories. Let's get right into it. Number 10. Robert Landsberg. Robert Landsberg, a passionate photographer, frequently visited Mount St. Helens to document his changes. On May 18, 1980, while he was photographing near the summit, the volcano erupted unexpectedly. As the ash cloud raced towards him, Landsberg knew he couldn't outrun it. In those final moments, he did what he loved most. He took photos of the unfolding catastrophe. After capturing the images, he placed his camera on the ground and shielded it with his body to protect his work. 17 days later, rescue teams found Landsberg's body. Remarkably, his selfless actions had saved the camera. When developed, these photographs offered invaluable visual records of the eruption's early stages. Geologists and scientists utilized Landsberg images to gain deeper insights into the dynamics of volcanic eruptions. Number 9. Basketball game. At first glance, this photo might seem ordinary, but take a closer look at the bottom left corner. Notice the two young fans on the front row. They are Lyle and Eric Menendez, the notorious brothers who murdered their wealthy parents on August 20th, 1989. This chilling image was captured during the period between the murders and their arrest on March 8th, 1990. In the months following the crime, the Menendez brothers embarked on a lavish spending spree with their parents' fortune. They purchased luxury cars, expensive watches, and even took extravagant vacations. Among their indulgences were these Knicks tickets, evidence of their attempts to maintain a facade of normalcy despite the horrific crime they had committed. Initially, they evaded suspicion, portraying themselves as grieving sons. However, their reckless spending and increasingly suspicious behavior eventually drew attention of investigators. The brothers claimed they killed their parents because of years of abuse when they were kids. Ultimately, they were convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Number 8. Chris McCandles. Chris McCandles is an adventurous hiker who used to often venture deep into the Alaskan wilderness along the Stampede Trail. For over 100 days, he lived in isolation inside an abandoned bus, relying on minimal supplies and his own resourcefulness. Despite his limited experience, McCandles managed to survive for quite a long time. Throughout his solitary journey, McCandles documented his experiences using a camera he carried with him. His final photograph captured a moment of him smiling and waving, holding up a sign whose message remains barely visible in the photo. The original sign, recovered later, conveyed the following message: "I have had a happy life and thank the Lord. Goodbye and may God bless all." Tragically, McCandles was discovered deceased in his tent on September 6, 1992. His compelling life story inspired the critically acclaimed film Into the Wild, which received Oscar nominations. Number 7. Black Bear. From a distance, this photo looks like a casual photo of a black bear just walking around, suggesting the photographer was safe as the bear showed no signs of aggression. It was taken by Darsh Patel using his phone, moments before the situation took a tragic turn. After taking this picture, the bear's demeanor shifted, and it began to follow Patel and his group of friends. As tension escalated, the group split up in an attempt to evade the bear. Despite their efforts to escape, the bear focused its chase on Patel. Tragically, Patel's phone was later recovered with visible bite marks, indicating the severity of the encounter. His body was found in a nearby ravine, marking a tragic end to the incident. The bear, estimated to be approximately 4 years old and weighing around 300 pounds, remained in the vicinity until authorities showed up to capture the wild animal. Number 6. Assassin. During New Year's Day in 2011, a Philippine politician gathered with his family to capture a joyful moment in a photograph. Little did they know, on the left side of the frame, There was a man holding a gun who was sent out to assassinate the politician taking the photo. On the right side of the photo next to the gunman is also another individual who was part of the mission. The presence of the gunman and his accomplice, unnoticed at the time, highlighted the unpredictable risks faced by public figures. It was a reminder of the potential threats and the need for heightened security in political circles. It's also just quite disturbing how a casual, happy family photo turned into a nightmare in the blink of an eye. Number 5. Nightclub. A seemingly typical photo shared on Facebook captures a lively nightclub scene. The image features vibrant purple lights illuminating a band playing on stage, while a dense crowd of people standing next to each other enjoying the music and atmosphere. However, not long after this photo was uploaded, an unimaginable tragedy struck. This photo was taken at the Kiss nightclub in Santa Maria, Brazil, which became the site of a horrific disaster. The calamity began when stage pyrotechnics meant to enhance the band's performance ignited the soundproofing foam on the ceiling. The foam quickly caught fire and flames rapidly spread throughout the venue. Panic ensued as thick, toxic smoke filled the air, making it difficult for people to see or breathe. The situation was exacerbated by the nightclub's inadequate fire safety measures. There were not many fire exits, and the club was operating over its legal capacity, trapping many inside. The tragic result was hundreds of injuries and a devastating death of 242 people. This catastrophic event stands as the second deadliest fire in the history of Brazil, leaving a lasting impact on the nation.
230 people died in a fire that swept through a crowded nightclub in the southern Brazilian city of Santa Maria.
Number 4. Last photo before a big mystery. 22-year-old Lasan Fron and 21-year-old Chris Kremers appeared to be enjoying a beautiful day in Panama. The photo was taken on April 1st, 2014, the day they embarked on a hike. However, this photo marked the beginning of a tragic mystery. Shortly after this picture was taken, Fron and Kremers disappeared without a trace, prompting an extensive search effort that lasted for 10 agonizing weeks. The breakthrough came when Fron's backpack was discovered, containing her camera and her personal belongings. Despite this find, their fate remained shrouded in uncertainty. Months later, their remains were found scattered in the dense jungle terrain far from the hiking trail. The circumstances surrounding their deaths raised more questions than answers, leaving investigators puzzled about what had transpired during their hike. The case of Lasan Fron and Chris Kremers continues to be a haunting mystery, with no definitive explanation for how they met their tragic end in the remote wilderness of Panama. Number 3. Party Killer. This photo captures a seemingly ordinary scene at a party house, where two friends are seen enjoying themselves. However, the reality lurking behind this photo is deeply unsettling. The young man on the right, Tyler Hadley, had committed an unimaginable crime just hours before this photo was taken. He brutally murdered his own parents. On that fateful day, Tyler Hadley carried out the heinous act in his family home before proceeding to host a house party later in the evening. Despite the gravity of his actions, he appeared calm and composed as he socialized with friends. During the party, he would end up confessing to a close friend about the murders. Recognizing the seriousness of Tyler's confession, the friend didn't waste any time and promptly notified the police immediately. But before he would call the police to expose what his friend did, he went up to Tyler to take this one last photo. The police would end up showing up and Tyler would be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Number 2. The Mystery Man. In the late 1970s, a man and his nephew embarked on a trip to the Grand Canyon. During their visit, they captured a photo that initially appeared to be normal looking. However, upon developing the picture, they made a startling discovery. In the background of the photo stood a mysterious man wearing a hood, unnoticed by both the uncle and nephew at the time the photo was taken. The unknown person was cloaked in a hood, peering curiously towards the camera from the bushes. Neither the uncle nor the nephew would recall encountering this individual during their visit. This eerie image sparked intense speculation and raised questions about who this mysterious man was and why he appeared in the photo. Despite efforts to uncover the identity and motive of the person captured in the background, the circumstances surrounding their presence remain shrouded in mystery. Number 1. Messy Drawing. This messy chalk drawing, at first glance, might just seem like a child going crazy and drawing whatever mess they can. But its origin tells a much deeper and depressing story. This messy chalk drawing was created by Teriska, a young Polish girl who grew up in a concentration camp almost her whole life. Following a period of liberation, she was sent to an institution in Warsaw. During her time there, she was asked to draw her home on a chalkboard. The result was this haunting image, reflecting the tragic experiences she had endured. It serves as a testimony to the turbulent and painful experiences etched into her memory. It is quite a disturbing image and a sad story to say the least. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe for weekly top 10 videos. Also, let me know in the comments which one of these stories you found the most disturbing. And also make sure to check out these videos right here for more top 10 videos.